5 years from now, you'll either thank yourself or you'll regret yourself. And the difference won't be talent, it will be the silent habits you tolerated. Point number one, guys, constant low level distraction, right? We think these are not dangerous, we think these are minor and small. And because the low level distraction, because it's not major things like partying every weekend or acting lustfully every other day or chasing women every day, we think these are not harmful. But the worst thing is these are really harmful. And what makes it even more harmful is we don't know that they're harmful. You know what I mean? We don't even know the cause of them. This is why it's really, really easy to get roped into these bad habits, right? Let's go through a few of them. Checking your phone every few minutes. Looking for that constant cheap dopamine hit of this. That is not good, guys. That is not good. Consuming more than you create, right? Similar thing again, like going on your phone, checking things, checking what other people are creating. You need to create. Stop checking what other people create. You need to create, man. Create can change your life. Constantly looking for stimulation. Guys, these are the wrong ways to look for stimulation. Now let's go into why this is dangerous. So it kills deep focus, right? If you're getting distracted by these little things, you cannot focus. Like if I'm constantly on my phone all day, I cannot create this video with deep focus. I can't talk to you guys with proper focus. So it's not good. I'm not saying I don't scroll. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say like I'm some Superman or something. Of course I scroll, but every 2 minutes? No, you can't do that. It's not going to work, right? It also weakens your attention span. See me growing up, even in school, I don't know if I had some form of ADHD. I always had a crap attention span. My teachers always used to say to me, he lacks attention. He's not a dumb lad. He's not, he's not stupid. He's quite smart, but it's when he puts his time and effort, when he puts his attention to things. And I was easily distracted. That quote there in brackets was the one when I was growing up. So what the teachers used to do is in nearly every lesson, I swear they used to talk to each other, I was joined to the teacher's desk. So like say this desk I'm sat on now was my teacher's desk. She was in front with her little spinny chair and she was teaching the lesson and I was with her or him in the lesson. So this is what happened over time with me. And it's not good, is it? We cannot have a weak attention span. Otherwise there's consequences, like me in school being tied to the teacher's desk, which was very boring. Couldn't talk to anyone then, right? And also guys, last but not least, this is one of the most important points as well, is it makes the hard work feel even harder, right? Hard work is hard as it is. We do not need to make it feel even harder, yeah? So these little things, guys, what we think are little end up having big consequences. So let's keep that in mind. Right, point number 2, guys. Avoiding discomfort daily. This can look like anything like skipping your workouts, choosing easy tasks, avoiding difficult conversations, quitting when it gets boring. So guys, these things end up creating these little habits without us even knowing as well. So I've always said this before, we should run into discomfortable situations, uncomfortable situations. We should run into them, never shy away from them, unless it's detrimental to your health, of course, unless it's really that dangerous. But majority of the time it's not that dangerous and it's not that deep. So yeah, but let me explain why these are also dangerous, right? You train your brain to escape pressure. So your body and brain then would get used to you just running away from anything as soon as it gets a little bit tough. And that will be detrimental to your future, let me tell you. Your confidence will drop, of course. Self-trust erodes. So we can't afford to be running away from pressure, guys. Like, unfortunately, our body and mind end up becoming so used to it that whenever a little bit of pressure arrives in your life or a little bit of uncomfortable situations arrive, you'll be running out the back door. You look back for yourself and be like, wait a minute, he's not even there. People are gonna look for you and you're just gone. Every time you choose comfort, subconsciously you're setting yourself up for failure, even without even knowing, sorry. So guys, you cannot avoid discomfort daily. I mean, I don't mean now sign yourself up for World War III. I don't mean sign yourself up for some crazy stuff. I don't mean that. But what I'm saying is, if you say you're going to do something and you don't want to do it, you have to do it. That little bit of discomfort daily is what makes us who we are. Majority of the time, guys, I don't want to do things. Like right now, I'm making this video, I've got a cold, my head is banging. I do not want to do it, but I gotta do it though. Who's gonna pay my bills in the years to come? Who's gonna create my YouTube audience or like build my community? No one. No one's coming to save me. I can't run from this. So guys, please do not choose comfort and don't avoid the uncomfortable situations. Which then leads me on to point number 3. Speaking negatively about yourself. I think we all know what happened with this, guys. Just saying little things like, oh, I'm just lazy. that's not for me. You know, I used to say that a lot. That's not for me. I'm not disciplined. Why this is also dangerous. What ends up happening is identity shapes behavior. So from you're telling yourself over time, you're not this and you're not that and you ain't shit, what ends up happening is you actually become that. Your behavior will reflect on what you think of yourself internally. That's why it's very dangerous. You become what you repeat, guys. So I think we should just flip the script, become a bit delusional, big ourselves up, you know, to make us a better person. We cannot be constantly negative. Like, I think being truthful is one thing. You can't be like, for example, if you are not doing the best in your life, or if you're not doing the things that you say that you're going to do, I think accountability is very important. But on a general day-to-day basis, you can't beat yourself up all the time and have negative thoughts about yourself, because that's just going to show in your life and showing your character and showing your behavior as well. So we cannot have that. If you label yourself average, the actions will follow. All right, living without standards, guys. This is a big one. I bet you guys have either lived like this, or you're probably living like this, or you've been through it. I've definitely been through it. So this is basically having no routine, no physical discipline, no boundaries, even when it comes to your food as well, no financial structure, but just in general, no boundaries as well. And why this is dangerous. Standards decide outcomes, right? Without you even realizing, all the little standards you have, or whatever big, small standards you have in your life, they will result in the outcomes of your life. You know, like for example, if I have standards for myself of taking care of my body and eating like certain foods and not eating certain foods, or taking pride in what I eat, in years to come, you will see that on my body. You will see that physical reflection of what I do behind closed doors and what I consume, right? Whereas, let's flip the script. Let's say someone has no standards when it comes to food. He doesn't care about his oil intake. He doesn't care about having fast food every day. In 2-3 years time, you will see that on a person. If you see a round person with a round stomach, you will just already know what he does behind closed doors, or what his daily kind of habits are, you know, or what his standards are. Without standards, you end up drifting, guys, and drift leads to regret. So if you don't set standards for your life, the world will set low ones for you. It's not one big failure that ruins a man. It's thousands of small compromises. Stop compromising. Subscribe if you really want to make that change.